the mountain meditation. So finding yourself a comfortable posture. So you have a sense of alertness in the body as well as ease. Bringing awareness into the body, noticing the points of contact the body's making with what you're sat on. So you might feel the points of contact around the buttocks, the back of the thighs, these areas of pressure. And if you're leaning back, you might notice points of contact at the back of the body. Or maybe an absence of pressure if there's space behind your back. And noticing how your hands are resting. Allowing the hands to be soft, soft fingers, soft palms. And noticing how the feet are resting on the ground. And trying to make as much contact with the ground as you can. You're slightly pushing your feet into the ground, having a sense of that vast earth below the feet. Just solid, solid earth. And then just checking in any areas of holding on, any areas of tension. Maybe starting around the face. Just see if you're scrunching around the forehead. Allowing that area to soften. Taking in around the cheeks, the jaw. Just make sure you're not clenching your teeth. Just sometimes bringing awareness to areas of tension can enable those areas to ease or soften slightly, and sometimes it doesn't. And that's okay. Just bringing awareness to what's here. And moving down through the back of the head to the neck. Just see if we can allow the head to sit with a sense of being poised on the neck. So you might like to just make very small movements, moving the head from side to side and back and forth, just to find that natural point of balance, very small movements. When you feel like you found that natural point of poise, just trying to maintain that stillness. You might like to imagine the top of the head having contact with the sky above, this vast sky above. As we travel then down the body through the spine, you might like to imagine the base of the body, maybe through the spine, is connecting to the earth. So we're beautifully balanced in between the earth below and the sky above. And that sense of being connected to both, being held in between both, the sky and the earth. And then come in to the front of the body and just see if we can bring awareness to the breath in the body. So you might notice a slight rise and fall of the front of the body with the breath. Bringing awareness to the back of the body again. You might notice the breath there. A very gentle rocking sensation. The body moves back and forth with the breath. And moving down to the front of the body again, and allowing the belly to be soft. And moving down through the buttocks and the thighs. Just see if we're holding on. Can we give up to gravity? Maybe just let go a little bit more. What would it be like just to let go? Have the body sat with ease. And then moving down through the lower legs, down into the feet. Just solid base below. And then coming in a little bit deeper into our experience, just noticing how we feel, what's showing up at the moment for us. What's our internal weather like? Might be glimmers of sunshine, might be feeling slightly overcast, a bit gloomy perhaps. Or maybe it's endless blue skies. Whatever the internal weather is, see if we can come into an allowing of this experience, these feelings, without judgment. Just knowing, just as the external weather changes, the internal weather changes too. So as you sit here, I'd like you to picture in your mind's eye as best you can the most beautiful mountain that you know or have seen or can imagine. So being careful when we do a visualization, meditation. You don't need to get really down into the detail. What we're becoming aware of is how we feel throughout the practice. So just having a sense of a mountain. You might know many beautiful mountains, and just see if you can stick with one. Having a sense of a mountain. And then gradually letting it come more into focus. You might be observing its overall shape. Maybe it has lofty peaks high in the sky. And the large base is rooted in the rock of the Earth's crust. And you might have steep or gently sloping sides. And noticing how massive it is, how solid, how unmoving, how beautiful, both from afar and up close. Perhaps your mountain has snow at the top and trees on the low slopes. Perhaps it has one prominent peak, or a series of peaks, or a high plateau. Whatever its shape or appearance, just sitting and breathing with the image of the mountain. Observing it, knowing its qualities. And when you feel ready, see if you can bring the mountain into your own body, so that the body sitting here and the mountain in your mind's eye become one. So that as you sit here, you share in the massiveness and the stillness and majesty of the mountain. You become the mountain, rooted in the sitting posture. Your head becomes the lofty peak, supported by the rest of the body. Your shoulders and arms, the sides of the mountain. Your buttocks and legs, the solid base rooted to your chair. experiencing in your body a sense of uplift from deep within your pelvis and spine. With each breath as you continue sitting, becoming a little more a breathing mountain, unwavering in your stillness, completely what you are, beyond words and thought, a centered, rooted, unmoving presence. Now, as you sit here, becoming aware that as the sun travels across the sky, the light and shadows and colours are changing virtually moment by moment. Night follows day and day follows night. A canopy of stars, the moon and the sun. Through it all, the mountain just sits, experiencing change in each moment. Constantly changing, yet always just being itself. It remains still as the seasons flow into one another, moment by moment and day by day. Calmness abiding all change. In summer there's no snow on the mountain, except perhaps for the very peaks. In fall, the mountain may wear a coat of brilliant fire colours. In winter, a blanket of snow and ice. In any season, it may find itself at times enshrouded in clouds or fog, or pelted by freezing rain. People may come to see the mountain and comment on how beautiful it is, or how it's not a good day to see the mountain. None of this matters to the mountain, which remains at all times its essential self. Clouds may come and clouds may go. The mountain's magnificence and beauty are not changed one bit by the way people see it, and not by the weather. Seen or unseen, in sun or clouds, day or night, it just sits being itself. At times visited by violent storms, buffeted by snow and rain, and winds of unthinkable magnitude. Through it all, the mountain continues to sit, unmoved by the weather. And in the same way, as we sit in meditation, we can learn to experience the mountain. We can embody the same unwavering stillness and rootedness in the face of everything that changes in our own lives, over seconds, over hours, over years. In our lives, we constantly experience the changing nature of mind and body and of the outer world. We have our own periods of light and darkness, our moments of colour and our moments of drabness. We experience storms of varying intensity in the outer world and in our own minds and bodies. We endure periods of darkness and pain, as well as moments of joy. Even our appearance changes constantly, experiencing a weather of its own. By becoming the mountain, we can link up with its strength and stability and adopt it for our own. It may help us to see that our thoughts and feelings, our emotional storms, are very much like the weather on the mountain. We tend to take it all personally, But the mountain's strongest characteristic is impersonal. The weather of our own lives is not to be ignored or denied. It is to be encountered, honoured, felt, known for what it is, and held in awareness. And in holding it in this way, we come to know a deeper silence and stillness and wisdom. Mountains have this to teach us, and much more, if we can come to listen. So bringing our awareness to the breath. Just noticing where it's showing up for you the strongest in the body. And just for a moment, paying attention to the rise and fall of the breath. Then extending awareness to the space that you're in. Maybe sound is present. Maybe you can feel the air on your face or your hands. Feeling the earth underneath the feet. And then coming in a bit deeper into how do we feel? What's the internal weather like now for us? How do we feel? And holding whatever shows itself with tenderness. Bringing awareness to the shape of the body, meditation posture, the points of contact the body's making, and what you're sat on, hands resting in the lap. And just bringing some movement into the body, but just wiggling the fingers and the toes very slowly, there's no rush. And then opening your eyes when you're ready.